Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I want to talk to you guys about this movie I saw last night, Mad Max Furiosa. Okay, so I saw the first Mad Max movie when I was a kid. I saw the Road Warrior. I saw Thunderdome. Okay, and I saw the Fury Road one. I think like maybe a year or two ago. I don't remember when that came out. So I've always kind of enjoyed it. I like the series because it kind of relates to the videos I've been doing on the AR-10. Okay, because the AR-10 to me is basically an anti-vehicle gun. Okay, because 5.56 is good for soft, fleshy things, all the way out to 600 yards. Okay, so it begs the question. Okay, what good is an AR-10 for? Okay, well, AR-10 is good for stopping vehicles that are trying to run you down. So the Mad Max Road Warrior fighting scenes, you know, illustrate that scenario pretty good. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why I take an interest in that movie series, and I'm doing a video on it now. So the first and the second one, they were pretty good. I mean, if I don't remember what the movie ratings on them were. They were probably, I would guess, an R maybe. The Thunderdome one, which when I watched it, I enjoyed it. I thought it was nice, but that definitely gets like a G, like not even a PG rating, like a G rating. Okay, so I thought that was pretty soft. Um, I saw Fury Road, I think a year or two ago, probably about 2 years ago. I don't really remember it that much. So I don't remember what kind of a rating that it would get. I mean, I remember some of the really cool road fighting scenes. I plan to go back and watch that. Okay. The reason why I want to go back and watch that is because I like the Furiosa one I saw last night. Now, with the Furiosa one, the central character is a female. Okay, so when I heard that, the first thing that came to my mind is, okay, here comes Hollywood pushing more woke bullshit on us. Okay, but you know, when I was watching the movie last night, that's really not the case at all. Okay, I thought that they did a pretty good job of, like, okay, they've got a woman here, or a young girl, and she's, I think, working within the limitations of a woman, right, or a young girl. Okay? So she seems to be working within those limitations. Now, I mean, even if you go back to the original Mad Max movies, I mean, they're stretching, you know, the realm of, not the realm of possibility, because anything that you see in that movie is possible. The likelihood that a person can successfully do all those things, right, jump from one vehicle to another moving vehicle, it yes, there's a chance that you can succeed doing it. However, if you do it repeatedly, your chances of surviving each time you do it, like, go down more and more. Okay, so when I look at these type of movies, they're realistic in the sense that you can look at like any one particular scene, or any aspect of any one scene. You can say, yeah, well, that's kind of possible. Yeah, it could happen. Now, is it likely that all those things would happen to one person, and one person would be able to execute all that successfully? No. Okay, very chance goes down really fast. Okay, but they're working within reality, and it's one of the things. Like, when I watch a movie, it's like, okay, what rules are they giving us? For example, so if I'm watching a movie, let's say about Superman, okay, great, they're giving us a set of rules of what he can do or what he can't do. Okay, now if you introduce some of the stuff, like from Ghostbusters, let's say, into a Superman movie, right? Now that's weird, right? Because now they're bending the rules that they have set up. Or if you're looking at a Godzilla movie, and all of a sudden they introduce, like, Batman or Superman into that, it's like, no, you're changing the rules or the environment that you've set up. Okay, so in this, one of the things I like about the Mad Max movie series, right? They set up an environment. They set up certain rules, right? That's just the way I think about it, and they seem to play pretty good within those rules. Okay, so one of the things that I've seen in the prior Mad Max movies is, like, yeah, the characters do some pretty amazing things, but they're not doing, like, superhuman things. So with this Mad Max Furiosa, the lead character is a young girl, and she's doing some pretty amazing things throughout the movie, but they're not like beyond the realm of possibility. So that's why I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, you know what, here's an example of a decent movie that they made that like where you have a female character that's brave and heroic and all that kind of stuff, but without it being like complete bullshit Hollywood woke. Okay, so there's a way to do it. Okay, and I think that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this. Right, that they've got a female character. I was expecting them to go like like completely stupid with it, like we saw in some of the Star Wars movies where they actually broke out of their own rules of some of the things that they had established in earlier movies, right? And all of a sudden, like, they're doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So in this Mad Max Furiosa, despite the lead character being a female, they're actually doing a pretty good job of keeping it real within the rules that they have set up from prior series. Okay, so I like that. So one of the cool things in that movie is that at some point she does have this this rifle. It's a bolt rifle, but it's got a really nice scope on it. It looks with a tree reticle. So I thought it was pretty cool how they incorporated that into the movie, and she was a pretty good shot with it. I have to go back and look at it. I don't know if she was actually using the drop down reticle when she was taking her shots, but I just remember that the reticle had a nice Christmas tree in it. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. And one of the things, now there was some pretty gory scenes. One of the interesting scenes was that one of the things that really won me over is like the lead character at one point loses her arm, right? It gets like, she gets captured, her arm is broken. She's tortured. She's hung by her arm, and she either cuts through her arm, which is probably already broken, or whatever. But the point is that or her arm comes off. Okay, I don't know how that happened. They don't show you that. But the point is that she loses her arm and she's an amputee. So at that point, they actually kind of won me over. Like really, like I was already liking the movie, but at that point it's like, wow, like I mean, they got a movie here where it's not all rainbows and unicorns. Okay, good guys getting hurt too. Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. Now she did go on to get some type of a prosthetic arm, which I think was stretching the realm of reality, because it did seem like she could all of a sudden hold a gun with it, and it's not like again, it's stretching reality, but not to the point where I think it was like ridiculous. Like if they had made this, like for example, if she put on this prosthetic arm and all of a sudden she became the bionic woman, I would have said, okay, now you guys are completely ridiculous. You've exited the reality that you guys have set up, okay? But they didn't do that. So yeah, I enjoyed the movie. If you guys haven't seen it, you should probably see it. And I'm probably gonna, depending on how things go tonight when my kids get into bed early, I'd like to go back and see Mad Max, the Fury Road one. I think I did try watching the original ones at 1 or 2 points. I mean, here's the thing, when you go back to those old movies, right, from the 80s, I mean, I grew up with those types of movies. When you watch them, they roll really slow by today's standards, by the stuff that we have grown accustomed to, okay? I find it really hard to watch some of those old movies unless like I really got nothing to do, or there's something like I'm doing, and that's like kind of in the background. They really go at older movies go at a much slower rate. Okay, so it's hard for me to go back and watch the old movies, but these new ones, they seem to they go at a modern pace. So it's pretty interesting. So let me know what you guys think if you happen to see that movie, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, one thing that stands out, there was one fight scene where they're shooting at each other, and it seems like one of the characters is taking cover behind the tires of this large, and they're large tires, so like the tires up to here. But regardless how big they are, right, if they got air in them and they get hit by a bullet's going to probably puncture them, and they probably got enough pressure in them that they will like instantly deflate. I mean, it's one of the things that went through my mind as I was watching that particular fight scene. But anyway, talk to y'all soon.